So the third and final June test for Argentina is done and dusted, this time against Scotland. They have gone down 44 points to 15. A lot of try scorers for the Scottish. George Horn got 2, Kinghorn, McAnally, Bradbury and Fife. For the Pumas, it was Lozana and Gonzalez Iglesias. 44 points to 15, quite a scoreline. It looked pretty warm, 27 degrees according to the commentator, and it certainly started off pretty hot for the Scots. They ran in a try in the first minute, in the 8th minute, and the 13th minute. It was just bam, bam, bam. It was crazy stuff, the rate they were scoring. It started raining at about 18 minutes, but only the Argentinians really seemed to be affected in terms of their handling. Their handling this week, again, was just really poor. I mean, both sides coughed up the ball a bit due to weather, but it was way, way, way more on the Argentinian side. Scotland, at 27 minutes, had 31 points on the board. So that's way more than a point a minute. Well, several points more than a point a minute against Argentina in Argentina, which you just can't do. It was handling errors, it was missed tackles. The Scots were just cutting them to bits. And that Horn and Hastings combination was looking really slick. At halftime, 36-3. The stats in terms of position and territory is about 60-40 in favour of Scotland, which makes sense, seeing as they had most of the running in that first half. Second half was slightly quieter from the Scots in terms of their scoreboard work. The Argentinians did run in a couple of tries. One of them was just very lucky from a line-out. The Scots kind of stole the ball back on their own side, but then knocked it forward, and the Argentinian guy just pounced on it and scored a try. So, kind of a fortunate bounce of the ball for that one. They did kind of come back into it, but then you look at that Fife try. He had just acres of space. They just passed the ball through the hands. I think they skipped one or two guys, and then he was just out there on the wing, all on his lonesome. I don't even know if there were any Argentinian players in the frame. It was just way too easy at some moments anyway, for the Scots to just run over. So it was either missed tackles or guys just not being in the right positions. Totally dominant display. But like I said, the Argentinians did improve a bit in the second half. I mean, by full time, I think the possession and territory stats had kind of evened out a wee bit. So, but still 44 points to 15 is really disappointing. Keep going on about it, but this is a team that plays in Super Rugby that play really well. They were on a 6-game winning run against Australia, New Zealand, and South Africa on position. They were beating all comers. And then they just looked like a totally different team when they put on that Pumas jersey. The coach, Hokada, that's his last game. He's done. I think we can all say see you later pretty happily to see him gone, because his reign has not been a fun one. Argentina typically up their game for World Cup, so we'll see if they can do that in 2019. There's not that much time for whoever the new coach is. He's got Rugby Championship, end-of-year tour, bit of Super Rugby, and then... it's not too far away before we hit World Cup time. So whoever is going to come in is going to have to do a job pretty quickly. One would think Mario Ledesma, already coaching the Jaguares, would be an obvious candidate. Be good if they can get those players from Europe in the squad as well. I know there's the whole argument that if you start picking guys from Europe, then no one's going to want to stay in Argentina to play in Super Rugby. But I think they could definitely use a bit of a mix of local and guys playing abroad. For Scotland, man, way to bounce back from that loss to the US, and also showing that a few of these depth guys have kind of got what it takes to step up. It's hard to say because Argentina have been poor for 3 weeks in a row now. It maybe puts Wales' wins into a little bit of context, not to take anything away from them that they were defensively so good. But yeah, Argentina are bad at the moment, so it's still a bit of depth building for the Scots. It's a good way to end their season, good for the coach to just see how some guys can really step up to test level. Compared to the other games this week, I feel like the ref was pretty unobtrusive. Didn't seem to have any howlers that I really noticed. yeah, penalty count wasn't massive. Didn't stand in the way of the guys. I think he got hit with the ball once and he stopped the game. Yeah, that's kind of what's nice. Do I dare say the ref had a good game? Take feedback if anyone thinks he had a stinker. But I mean, after watching the All Blacks and the Wallabies games, yeah, this one seemed pretty innocuous. So yeah, pretty much. Oh, I was going to mention the full-time stats. Some of these clean breaks: Argentina 7, Scotland 20. Defenders beaten: Argentina 20, Scotland 31. Handling errors just through the roof for the Argentinians. So yeah, those are just real key moments that you can't be giving those things away. Otherwise, you're just gonna have a score like this put on you. Anyway, that's it for the June tests. Impressive stuff for the Northern Hemisphere guys this round, especially with only New Zealand getting the win for the Southern boys. But yeah, let me know your guys' thoughts on this game, and I should have a team of the week out hopefully tomorrow with a mix from guys from all the games. Alright guys, I'll talk to you again soon. See you later.